pretty good. Oh, he's long. That's a big fish.
I believe is the most effective way to catch these big monster lahotans.
Yeah, bro. Yes. Which one you got on? Yep, that's what we're using. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, that might be a good one. Yeah. All right, that's a good one.
Burn. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, dude. He's pulling hard. Oh yeah.
He was definitely 10.
Yeah.
Definitely 10.
Couldn't really see the
plus.
head on him. Yeah.
Look outside.
Oh yeah. Toad, bro. Already got your pin. See how this one feels. Oh shit. Might have found a spot. Yeah, don't go into the sun. I can't see you in the water. Messing up my shot.
He's big.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
He's double digit for sure.
Yeah.
From what I saw, at least 12, 13 up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a pure weight. I can't move him.
Yeah.
He's going to do what he wants.
He's definitely fighting like he's big.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's long. Probably about 10 or 12.
Yeah. Keep your head in the water, though. Start doing that thrashing shit.
Watch, she's gonna go all the way back.
He is so strong.
Yeah.
Like, pull down this pound weight.
Yeah.
Probably the strongest I've ever felt.
Huh.
He's not like taking off though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's just so heavy. The weight is crazy.
There he is.
Looks like a grouper down there.
Yeah.
Don't start doing that. Don't start doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's done got him.
See you next lift, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And 80.
Oh, there we go.
Feels heavy. Yeah, feels like it. On that Spartan minnow. He's diving. Holy shit. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that is just real strong. Oh my God. Damn, he's just holding down there. Can't get him up. I definitely got pyramid arm. Yeah, he's probably double. Yep. Got him. He might be a 9 or 10. Yep. Oh my God. There he goes. Swam right out of the net.
All right, ladies and gents, I want to take a quick break from the action to show you what's going on out there. As always, I'm going to start with the rods and reels I'm using out there. This is a new rod. This is my primary setup for throwing the super tubes, which I believe is the most effective way to catch these big monster lahotans. This is a 9-foot Katana prototype. This is a custom rod. It actually got a real cool wrap from George at SoCal Trout Cartel. You can see I went with the red, white, and blue colors, and it came out just beautiful. But really, really good rod. It's a 9-foot rod. I'd consider it a medium to a lightweight rod, or a lightweight salmon or steelhead rod. It's a little bit stiffer than the Akuma I normally use up there, but I'd still consider it a moderate fast action rod, and it works really, really well casting and working these super tubes back. For a reel, I have a Shimano Vanquish C2500S, which is very similar to the Vanquish I use for mini jigs and ball head minnows back here at home. It's just a 2500, just scaled up a little bit. But it has the same retrieve rates and all those things, and it's a really, really good reel. But it is on the spendy side, obviously with a custom rod and one of these Vanquishes from Japan. It does get a little bit expensive. But the good news is just like fishing mini jigs back home, you can use other equipment that's a lot less expensive. I'll put a link right up here to a video I just did. It's everything you need to know about if you want to go up to Pyramid Lake, from where to stay, where to eat, what to fish, and I show all the different versions of rod and reel setups that I have and have used up there successfully. For line on here, I have Sinister Strand premium fiber braid in 10-pound. And I run that up to a fluorocarbon leader of Sinister Strand fluorocarbon in 10-pound. And leader length is very interesting from fishing mini jigs back home to fishing for these big lahotans up at Pyramid. because of the bigger size of the fish, and these cutthroat trout have a tendency to roll a lot when you hook them up, just like a crocodile, and they'll roll themselves up in the line. I go with the leader length that's the length of the rod. So I'll tie up my double uni to the braid, run that knot up to the tip, and run my fluorocarbon all the way down to the butt end of this rod before I cut it and attach my bait. So it's just something a little bit different, but leader length is very, very important up there. These are wild fish, pretty much. Some are born there, some are stocked, but when they're stocked, they're stocked about this big, little bitty fish. So they are very particular on how they want the baits and how they want things to look. So it's those little things that can make a real big difference when you're up there. Now, as you also saw, I was doing a little trolling up there. We brought the kayaks up and threw some jigs and actually did a little bit of trolling, which was a lot of fun when you're going after such a large class fish. So this is one of my old trolling setups. This is a 8'6" Akuma Salilo medium action rod. It's designed for trolling. Action on it is pretty much a fast action. It's a very stiff rod, but you're not working baits with it. You're just dragging your baits with the boat or your kayak. So that's totally fine. It's not too heavy. And it works really, really well handling larger class fish. Like I used to use this setup up at Lake Tahoe going after big Mackinaw, trolling in 100 to almost 200 feet of water. So this was a really good setup. For a reel on here, I have an Akuma Cold Water 203D. The D just means it's got the reel crank on the right side because I'm ambidextrous and backwards, so I reel with my right hand. So you can order, I believe it's the R. And it'll have the crank on the other side to help you out. For line on here, this is an older setup, so I don't have any Sinister on here, but this is, I got some braid on here. I believe it's 12-pound braid, and then I ran that up to a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader of Sinister strand fluorocarbon, and literally just let the baits out and troll away at speed, and hope you get a fish to bite. But I will get into that in a minute at the bench and show you all the baits and how I rig them up. All right, guys, the main bait that's working the best and is really the mainstay are these 4-inch super tubes. This one is called Gold Member, and as you can see, it's very light colored, but it has this gold sheen to it. And we really think the gold imitates a lot of these chubs in the water that these big pilots are going after, because this one is super effective. And on this trip, this was the one bait that was catching 99% of the fish. I hooked one up on goldfish, but lost it. But that was the only bite I got on goldfish. Everything else and all the other guys were catching on Gold Member. Now the weight inserts we use are these 1/8 weights that go inside the tube jig. They have other sizes, like I've shown in other videos, 3/8 and 1/4 that you'll use up there. The 3/8 is just a little bit heavier if you want to get real close to the bottom, like if the water is murky, which I have run into that before, and you want to really work this on the bottom. The 3/8 is really good, and then the 1/4 ounce is something more you would use like if you're out in a kayak or boat and you're doing some vertical jigging, because the 1/4 is pretty dang heavy to get a lot of good retrieve action out of it, especially out of these tubes. But 99.9% of the time you're up there fishing, you're going to be using this 1/8 size. So I'll show you how you insert these into the jig, and it's super simple. There's a slit on one side, and you just slide with the eyelet up right inside, and this is a pretty wide tube, so it goes in very easily. And then once it's at the very top, just use your thumb like you do on the mini jigs and push that hook through, and it looks just like this. So it's going to swim just like this, and this tail in the water really has a lot of action. It looks like a little chub, I imagine. So super easy to assemble and real easy to fish. Just stick to the basics and you will get bit. Now for the trolling section, for the guys that like to troll out there, this is an old trick I used to do, and I used to do it with much smaller baits like the 2 1/4 inch Spartan minnows we use down in SoCal, is run them behind what's called a dodger. And what a dodger is a little bright chrome or brass piece of metal that's angled, and you troll it in the water, And what it does, it's kind of like a spoon. It just moves side to side, real slow. Or some of them, like the guys who use salmon, they have ones that spin, and it creates a lot of flash. And the movement of this thing also creates vibration. And of course they can see it. It looks like a fish at a distance, and they'll come and investigate. But because of that side to side action, what we do is we make up a leader, and the leader can be any length. Like this one's probably about 18 inches. But you can go shorter or even longer and attach it to the bottom of this this dodger, and while it swims side to side, what it does to this leader is it pulls it side to side. So it's going to make this minnow out on the back end look like it's swimming. So they're going to see the flash of this dodger, feel the vibration, and then they're going to go over and investigate, and then they're going to see this little tiny minnow, which is not really tiny, it's a 4-inch Spartan minnow. I believe this one is called Goldilocks, and it has the same gold sheen as Gold Member. So you could see why it's very, very popular. And this is the one I used to catch that 10-pounder earlier in the video. But this thing will just swim back and forth. Now, if you use a longer leader, it's not going to swim as much. Shorter leader, it's going to swim a lot more because there'll be less distance to absorb that movement. Now, these other types of dodgers are the ones we are actually using up there. And these are called sling blade dodgers, and you can see they're shaped a little bit different than this traditional dodger. And the only difference with these is these are real cool because in case you want to go faster, these are designed a little more aerodynamic or water dynamic, I don't know what you call it, so you can go faster without them starting to spin and tear up your rig. So that's the only reason they have this shape to them. And if you want more action out of it, they're real cool. You can just bend them. They're just sheet metal and make it a little bit more, give it a little bit more bend, and it's going to wobble even more. So real cool deal. If you want to troll or start out trolling, you can't go wrong with a dodger and a minnow. And it doesn't have to be a minnow. You could put a mini jig on here and it's going to look like it's swimming. So if you want to do that back home, or even put a worm on there, anything you could do. Oh, and this hook, it's a 1/0 mosquito hook. And I just hooked it right through the nose of this minnow right here. So I go right through the top, right down the center, and pop it out so it's straight. And hook it up just like that, and it swims upright just like that. So it looks as natural as possible. And simple as that. All right, now, how am I catching these fish? Or I should say, how are we catching these fish? And the good news is, with these 4-inch super tubes, you fish them exactly like you would mini jigs or ball head minnows back here at home in SoCal. Really, really slow, delicate presentation. Just keep that rhythm going. Sometimes you can work in a pause and that'll work, but typically not. Typically they want a real slow, methodical presentation, and usually closer to the bottom. You can get them higher up in the water column, but I found most of the time they're very close to the bottom. They kind of scan the bottom looking for baits, and they hang out right off these drop-offs. And as you can see in some of the clips, where we're standing right in front of us, whether we're in the water or on the shore, there's a steep drop-off right in front of us. And that's where these big Lahotans hang out, and they try to ambush smaller bait fish, which is what these super tubes represent. So as you can see in this clip, I'm just doing a nice slow retrieve, nice easy reel cranks, and nice light rod bounces, and very, very little variation. And you just keep repeating that process until you hook up. Very, very simple one. There's not a lot of tricks to fishing up there. It's just about having a good leader length and giving a good bait presentation, and then above all, finding the fish. Because like you saw in this video, where a lot of the fish were caught at Popcorn, which is one of the southern beaches to fish down there, but the fish move. And from what I've heard since we were up there, the big fish are no longer down there. They have moved up north or went out deeper. So that's one of the biggest things is if you can find the fish and get the bait to them, then you give them a decent presentation and you're going to be in business. Just remember the basics and stick to that, and you should do just fine.
How's it feel? All right. Get the net. Yeah. I see some flash.
He doesn't even know what's going on yet.
He's pretty good. Oh, he's long. That's a big fish. He's so big. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to take off.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do. Oh, he's real big.
Yeah.
He's bigger than all of them.
Yep. Probably 15.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Look how long he is.
Oh, wow. Oh, man.
For real. I think I might be a PB.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, I don't want no part of that.
No, that's not. He's on top of the water. Don't do it.
Yep. I just didn't want to move it and spook him.
Now he knows it's up.
Yep. He knows the jig is up.
Oh, he's like, wait a minute.
All right.
I was just going for a Sunday stroll.
I'm gonna cook me some tacos while I wait.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Pyramid.
Yeah.
He's right over here in the shallow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll get him back though.
Oh, dude. Tank, bro.
I got it.
That's probably 15. Whoa! Oh, or bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's huge. He was right in the corner of his mouth, too. Gigantic. That might be a 20.
$23.7.
That's a 20?
20.
Yeah.
20.
Nice, dude.
23.7. Yeah, so it's 20 and 4 ounces.
Yeah. Damn it.
I did it. Dubstep. Go ahead, buddy. There you
Damn.
go.
Going the wrong way.
Wrong way. Beat yourself. This way. Come here.
Man, prehistoric fish. Right on, bro.
Yes!
Yeah, it's about a 7 or an 8. I will definitely take it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, there he goes.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
That's my name.
Yeah. To hell with you. Touched his no-no square. Yeah, now he's all playing big boy now. Yeah, he's pretty smart. He's running out of gas. Head up. Wah, wah. Yeah, he's a good size. No. Thanks, buddy. Oh yeah, it's a nice one.
I thought that was you.
Oh yeah, I know you. No, super tube.
I'm a real disciple of yours. I know that.
Nice. Nice summit.
Like all your films.
Yeah, I met you out here one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
You up there just like her.
No, Esteban's with me. From Golden State. He's the guy that makes these tubes.
Him?
Yeah. Yeah, he just got a 20.
I didn't realize he was that big.
Oh yeah, he's a big dude.
And you know what? The other part about it, I didn't realize you were that small.
Yeah. You want to get a picture of him, or just let him go, or keep him,
Well,
or?
I should probably get a picture on this. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah, I'll help you out.
if I have my camera or not. This is the first one I've caught.
Slipping in your hand.
I got the net under him.
Alright, put the net down a little bit.
Now it down to 8.
There she goes.
That was the recommendation.
All right, ladies and gents, there you have it. Great first trip to the mid, and this was the earliest I've been. This was right before Thanksgiving. Usually we go after Thanksgiving or right at the beginning of December when it's a little bit colder. But we were fortunate that for whatever reason, a lot of the big fish were down in the south, which is very, very rare. The only explanation I heard was from a guide. He said there was a big pollywog hatch coming out of the Truckee, and they believe that's why some of the big fish were down there. They're eating a lot of these pollywogs. So who knows? It could be that, could be something else, but that's just kind of fish drama. But really, really cool. At the very end, I got to run into Dennis again. I've met him out there before. He came out and said hi to me. He's a fan of the show. And as you saw, he fishes the Golden State Super Tubes. And this time he got on a fish. It was just awesome. He's 85 years old. If I didn't put that in the video beforehand, and me and Esteban are just amazed by him. Like we can only hope at that age that we're still able to get out there and fish. And he was out there by himself, walking with his cane across that sand, and getting it done. And he got onto that fish, and fortunately we were there to net it for him because he didn't have a net. But real nice guy, real funny guy. And it was a real pleasure to hang out with him and get to meet him again, and especially help him net his fish. It was just a great time. But on this trip, I struggled. The rest of the guys were hooking up really nice fish, as you saw. I had a lot of missed opportunities, and I think the biggest reason was, and why I said earlier, was leader length. I had a pretty short leader. I only had about a 4-foot leader, and I thought that would be fine, but I was standing next to everybody, and we're all fishing the same baits, and they're hooking up, and I'm not. And then I hooked up that one, as you saw in the video, and that was after I changed my leader length. So it could be as simple as that. It could be just manage the basics, something I wasn't doing. I got caught sleeping, and it cost me some fish. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Just do the basics sometimes when the fish aren't biting or you aren't getting bites. And that could be all it is. And on this trip, that's what it was, I think. So with that, if you want any of the fine products I use on this channel, like the Golden State Fishing Custom Baits, the Katana rods, or the water lens sunglasses, there's a QR code right up here. Just click on it. It'll take you to a link tree, which has hyperlinks to all of those companies, including discount codes. And some of the discounts are in the hyperlink itself, so you need to put in a discount code. So give all those fine products a look. They're great products, or I wouldn't use them myself, or put them on the channel for you guys to check out. And as usual, if you like what you saw here, give us a like and a subscribe. Really helps out the channel and helps us with the algorithm and all those things. If you didn't like it and you hung on this long, I appreciate you watching as far as you did. If you ever have questions or comments, leave them here. I'm real good about getting back to you. I like talking fishing. You can also go to my Instagram at Sea Spanker Outdoors and message me there. I pay attention to that one as well. And coming up, got a lot of local stuff going. Some bait and weight videos are coming down the road. A lot of double drop shot or single drop shot. All kinds of things local. I'll be back at the beginning of January after the holidays. So we'll be back at it again, and hopefully I have a better trip. So we'll see, and hope to see you guys out there on the water, and tight lines.